It was the grand final no one could forget. September 24, 1989. Two teams, one trophy, and a match that would become the stuff of rugby league legend. This is the story of the 1989 New South Wales Rugby League Grand Final, arguably the greatest ever played, and how one coach's tactics possibly cost his team victory. The Raiders would go on to win their first Premiership 1914 in extra time. However, was the match lost in the final minutes of regular time when both coaches made crucial bench replacements? The Balmain Tigers went into the match with a test-strength forward pack and favouritism after losing the previous season's decider to Canterbury Bankstown. From the opening whistle, Balmain looked confident and composed. They dominated the early proceedings, controlling field position and maintaining defensive pressure. Through tries by James Grant and Paul Sironen, the Tigers went into the break leading 12-2, with many people believing they had one hand on the trophy. However, after the break, the Raiders clawed their way back into the match, and due to the fast pace, fatigue started to show on several players, none more so than Balmain's two big guns in Steve Roach and Paul Sironen, who were out on their feet. In a decision that swayed the match the way of the Raiders, Tigers coach Warren Ryan was forced to bench his test stars, and in a desperate effort to hold on to his team's lead, he brought on two defensive guns in Kevin Hardwick and Michael Pobji. The rules at the time only allowed 4 replacements, and once off the field, players couldn't come back on, which meant Roach and Sironen had to helplessly look on from the stands. To take advantage of the fatigue that was starting to show on the Balmain players, Canberra coach Tim Sheens brought on attacking options from his bench in the form of Kevin Walters, Paul Martin, and the man who would become the final try hero, Steve Jackson. As a consequence, the Canberra side finished stronger in the final frenetic minutes of extra time, with the coach's use of bench players, in my opinion, being the turning point of the match and a major factor in the Raiders' first historic premiership. I'll leave you with that thought.